All right, welcome to the Week 5 picks on 956sports.com. I'm Jake Berry with Kevin Nato. We're here at the Grindstone in Edinburgh. Great co-working atmosphere. If you haven't been here before, you can get a membership, great Wi-Fi, great ambiance. If you're a techie and want to find a place to settle down, this is a great place. Other techies. But Kevin, we're in Week 5. Week 5 action, and this is where district play starts for the 6As. And for the other 5As. So it's going to be kind of interesting this week to see who goes where, but let's start with picks real quick. Oops, I went to volleyball for some reason. Alright, there we go. It's just a little jacked up here. Kevin, let's start with tomorrow's game. Mission High versus La Jolla. It's a Thursday game. It's in La Jolla. Who do you have in that game?
I'm going to take Mission High to start 1-0 in district. A pair of new head coaches, Coach Farias in his first year, Detmer in his first year. Both teams had a so-so non-district. I think La Jolla, but they both went 1-2 in non-district. But now that's in the rearview mirror. But I'm going to go with the Mission Eagles. From what I understand, Rudy Trevino is back at quarterback, so they're going to have their starting quarterback back. Again, that's not for sure, but that's from what I've heard through my contacts. So Mission High, I'm going to pick them to win the first district game.
All right. I got Mission in this game, but La Jolla's defense is pretty good. We'll see what they do against a tough air attack from Mission. So we'll see how they do. But I've got Mission in this game. It's going to be tighter than what people think. Let's see, I just lost my page. You got it there?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Second Thursday game is Edinburgh High and Edinburgh Economides, a pair of Edinburgh schools duking it out at Florida Stadium. I'm going to go with the Jaguars in this one. Jake?
Yeah, it's going to be the Jaguars. The Jaguars are my pick to win the district, and
Our pick.
yeah, I don't say that lightly because like I've said before, they don't like me and they challenge my integrity. So, but I still take the Economy Jaguars to win this game. And then moving on, Sherryland plays Laredo Martin on the road tomorrow, and yeah, it's right here. It says,
No, yeah, I'm just shaking my head as in the road trip that those boys have to.
yeah, Sherryland versus Laredo Martin. Laredo Martin beat Rio last week. I don't care about that victory for them because they were going against Sherryland. I think Sherryland is too tough, so I'm going to go Sherryland.
Touche. I'm going to go with Ron Adame and the Rattlers to go on the road and get a win up at Laredo Martin. So the Rattlers will start 1-0 in that district.
Yeah. Arturo, yeah, Sherryland does take that game. PSG Memorial and PSG North. I am going to go with PSG North in this game. PSG Memorial is struggling this year with just finding some consistency because
They're young.
yeah. So let's go with PSG North in this game. I think you'll see them play a stellar game.
Yes, I'm going to go with PSG North in this one as well as the Tri-City rivalry begins. I'm going to go with Kaufman and the Ravens.
All right, Porter versus Lopez. Lopez, hot. Porter has struggled this year.
Well, Porter's on a bit of a win streak as well, right?
Huh?
Both teams coming in pretty good.
Huh?
Porter and Lopez.
Are they?
Yeah.
What's Porter?
They're coming in pretty hot as well. I want to say, I was reading an article earlier today. But to answer your question, I'm going to go with Lopez.
Yeah, Lopez should be 4-0. They lost to PI on a 2-point conversion in overtime, so I'm going to go with Lopez in this game as well.
Defense is shaping up over there.
Friday night action: La Jolla Palmview versus McAllen Memorial. Who do you have in that game?
McAllen Memorial. Although Palmview can play tough, again, like a lot of the games we've talked about, this could be a quick one. Joel Pena should have a nice game at the running back position, but I think Campbell goes in for 2 scores. JoJo adds another. Take the Mustangs in this one at home.
Where's Ben Vasquez? He hasn't come on. Did you get the internet taken away? What game we're talking about? PSU or McAllen Memorial takes this game against Palmview. Palmview is struggling this year. McAllen Memorial is hitting their stride right now. I think they'll be just fine. Let's go with next game. Rowe versus Juarez Lincoln. This is a closer game than I think people are really giving this. Who do you have in this one?
Well, considering that I did see Juarez Lincoln last week and they kept it 14-7 against Ed Couch, two similar offenses, I think this will be one good test early on, one test for McAllen Rowe to see where they are offensively against pretty good defense in Juarez Lincoln. But I'm going to go with the Warriors to start 1-0. They're going to do enough in that fourth quarter. It'll be close, enough in that fourth quarter to get a win.
I think Rowe's defense is pretty good, and Juarez is having some struggles with their juniors, like just trying to find that consistency that they had the year before, and they're not sneaking up on anybody. I'm going to go with Rowe in this game. I think Rowe takes this one. Moving on to 31-5A, Friday action. Mission Vets versus Laredo Figueroa. Who do you have in that game?
I'm going to go with Mission Veterans. I'm looking them to go 3-0 in district. Remember that the 31 started 2 weeks ago, so I really liked what I saw in Mission Vets. I think they're going to get this one pretty easily with their air attacks. I'm going to go with the Patriots on the road.
All right, I'm going to go with Vets too. They're traveling to Laredo Figueroa, so you never know what could happen. It could be closer than what people think, but I go with Vets in this one.
And Mission Vets, they got the short end of the stick. They have to go to Laredo all 3 times as well, so it's going to be tough. But we'll take the Patriots.
All right, Rio and Roma. Rio Grande lost last week. Roma has lost 2 games. They can't go down 3. I'm going to go with Roma in this game. We'll see what kind of fight Rio puts up. Last week they struggled with a fast quarterback from Laredo Martin, so we'll see how they do this week.
What is this? What do they call it? The Battle of Stark County?
Mm-hmm.
Battle of Stark County out west. I got to see Roma last week. Again, they did what I thought they can do. Their defense can hit. They were pretty physical. They kept Mission Vets on tap for most of the evening. Held them to 14 points in the first half, which is a tremendous feat in my eyes. I don't know the health on Max Puente. I'm not going to make any assumptions. I'm hoping he's okay. He left the game with an air cast, I believe, on his arm. I don't know if he's going to be able to go tomorrow or not, but they're down a man. But I really like Andy Marroquin at quarterback. I'm going to go with Roma in this one. And I mean, I know coaches don't believe in this is a must-win ball game, but Roma cannot afford to go 0-3 in district because that's going to be a really steep hill to climb. So I'm going to pick the Gladiators in this one to get their first district win.
All right, Laredo Nixon versus Pioneer. This is probably the toughest game in that district this week. I'm actually going to go with Pioneer. It's probably the unpopular pick because Laredo Nixon runs slot T. They know what they run, and they run it to perfection. I'm going to give it to Pioneer, though, because it is at Richard Thompson Stadium. So they're traveling over here, so we'll see how they do. But I give it up to Pioneer. I think they just don't have a lot of depth.
I got to see this team a lot in 7-on-7, and I got to see the chemistry translate. I picked Pioneer week 1 to beat McAllen Memorial because I said the D-backs need that staple, that signature win for their program, and they weren't able to do it against the Mustangs. Now, when Nixon comes to town, I think they do that. I think they get that staple win in the district to say this is a win we can build on. I like what they do offensively, two completely different offenses. I'm going to go with Pioneer at home in this one.
Okay. I like this one.
Oh, yes, I know you do.
Edinburgh
Yes.
North is playing. They travel all the way to Edinburgh Vella Cat Stadium. Richard R. Flota Stadium. Kevin, who do you have in this game? Now, you have to remember, week 1 and 2, he went with Edinburgh North, and he didn't want to jinx him in week 3. So he went against them, and that worked. So who do you have this week?
Well,
Let me go close up on you.
close up on me, really? You're going to put me on the spot like that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna go against the grain here. I'm gonna go with Edinburgh Vella, considering the fact that I feel like I jinxed my Cougars the first 2 weeks, so hopefully the jinx can continue. But I think Edinburgh Vella has just enough firepower. It's gonna be an inner city rivalry. This game should be close. I think it will be close. You know, Christian Espinosa and Nate Garcia are gonna put on quite a show, but I think Edinburgh Vela gets just enough done in this one, and it's going to be a close one, but I'm going to go with the SaberCats.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the SaberCats as well. I don't think it's going to be that close. I think it'll be close for about a quarter and a half, and then Vela will start working their system in. I've got, you're looking at 14 points at least on this one. So I'm going to go with Vela on that one. Let's see. Our next game over there is PSG High versus Southwest. Okay. So, what do you have in this game?
You can take this one.
All right. I take PSG High in this game. Even though I'm going to tell you right now, it's a contrast in offense. PSG Southwest runs what PSG used to run under Mel Rios. So you're looking at the wing tee versus PSJ's new fangled pass the ball offense with Trey Guajardo. So I'm going to go with PSJ in this one, but look for whoever dominates their style of offense to take this game.
The Bears. I'm going to take the Bears in this one, and week by week, I'm becoming a believer in this team, and it goes with what I said in the show, is that this district, in my opinion, is a lot tougher than people think. I think the Bears are going to grind out a win, and the Bears will start 1-0 in district play. And folks, if you haven't known the name now, get familiar with the name Trey Guajardo, sophomore quarterback. He's the next big thing for PSG.
Yeah. By the way, there was a guy that made a comment on Trey Guajardo and something about putting scores up on the website that we didn't know anything. Trey Guajardo is a really good quarterback, and he's young, so we did a story on him. You're kind of an idiot for making that comment.
And after week 2, Guajardo was 3rd in the district in passing and in rushing. Mm-hmm. For a sophomore to do that, incredible. Guajardo also is a hurdler. And if you sit and you watch the film, you see the athleticism from this kid. You're what, 16 as a sophomore? 15, 16 years old?
Well, if you're not smart, you're 16. You're usually 15.
You're usually 15. So for a 15-year-old to do that against seniors and juniors, the kid is special. You can write that down. Yeah. So keep an eye on Trey Guajardo, folks.
Yeah. Moving on, let's go with Brownsville Vets at Pace. I got Vets in that game. You've got Pace. All right, let's move on. Did you have somebody different?
What was the pick again?
Yes.
Porter and
no.
Brownsville Vets. Brownsville Vets. I'm taking Brownsville Vets. Okay. Come on, don't do that.
All right.
I got you, Coach. Got you. Brownsville Veterans in this one.
All right, Donna High versus Mercedes. Donna High is not doing as well as people would expect, but if they expected a lot out of that team this year, that's a lot. That's a steep hill to climb because they didn't bring a lot back. So, who do you have in this game?
This is the week. The week Mercedes gets their first win. We've had their backs all year. I'm still a believer in them. You're still a believer in them. I'm going to take the Tigers in this one. They're at home. They're going to get that monkey off their back. That way the blood can be flowing for the Tigers. So that way they can get things going. I'm going to go with Mercedes at home.
Yeah, I go with Mercedes in this game. No matter who's at quarterback for them. I think in this game, I think they get the victory, and they need this victory. I'm just a little sad that Ben Vasquez isn't watching. Moving on, Donna North versus Ed Cal Chelsea. I've got Donna North losing this game to Ed Cal Chelsea.
La Máquina. I'm going to go with Ed Cal Chelsea, but don't sleep on Donna North with their athletes, and again, Dominic Castillo, who last I checked led the district in points scored. So this one could be interesting early on, but I think at the end of the day, Ed Cal Chelsea.
Kevin's going to paint you a rosy picture. I'm just going to come with the reality. Ed Cal Chelsea takes this game, and they take it pretty big. Moving on, 32-6A. All right, game show voice. Kevin, Harlingen versus Harlingen South in the Bird Bowl. Who do you have?
I'm going to take, if Leo Tienda's back, which you said you weren't sure on. I'm not sure on either. Either way, I'm going to take Harlingen in this one. Harlingen South's going to make it interesting. They're a really quick-paced offense. What I saw 2-3 weeks ago with Brandon Villarreal, but Redbirds.
All right. I'm going to do this just to play the other side. I'm going to go all night long with Coach Ricci's team, if you know how to Ricci. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with them. I think that Harlingen's kind of suffering right now with an identity problem at the quarterback position. So until they get Leo Chin back full time at where he was, I'm going to go with Harlingen South in this game. San Benito versus Los Fresnos. What do you have?
San Benny.
I got San Benito in this game too. Los Fresnos, if San Benito is able to contain Mark Mata and make the other guys beat you, this one goes to San Benito. But Mark Mata goes crazy. It's a different story. Westlaco High versus Westlaco East. The newspaper doesn't call it the Tinaco Bowl, but we will. The Tinaco Bowl. Who do you have?
Tinaco Bowl numero 5. Number 5?
Yeah, he didn't speak Spanish.
I don't. This is a really tough one because both teams are really good, but I think Westlaco East has it in them this year. I'm going to go with Burgett and Westlaco East to win this one.
I'm going to go with Westlaco at home. So,
It's a joke.
I am going to go with Westlaco in this game. I think they played some good football, play some good defense, and we'll see if East is back from that loss against Memorial.
I think they will be. They had a pretty hard non-district schedule, but I think going 2-1 in that stretch is pretty impressive. Up next,
Gruya versus Rio Hondo.
another one that has points written all over it.
It's at Bobcat Stadium, so I'm actually going to take Rio Hondo.
I'll go Rio Hondo. I'm with you.
But there's going to be some points scored in this game, I think. La Feria versus Santa Rosa. I've got La Feria.
Yeah, Brandon Perez bounces back. Jonathan Leja, QB1. La Feria bounces back, gets on the back end of the win column. I'm going to go with La Feria.
Lyford versus La Villa. La Villa struggling this year. I'm going to go with Lyford.
Lyford.
Monte Alto versus Benavides.
Monte Alto.
You need to go with Monte Alto. They're local. PI versus Brownsville St. Joe.
Aha. St. Joe. It's going to be a good one, I think. But Brownsville Joe has too many weapons. So I think in the fourth quarter they'll kind of pull away, maybe about 14 points. So St. Joe.
I'm going to take PI. I didn't do that in the other one, but I'm going to take this one.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take this one. I think that I do think that St. Joe's got too much weapons for him, but Silva can can establish any kind of running game. PI can win, but we'll see.
If PI wins, is that an upset?
Yes, very much so. So, you're crazy, Eddie. What did Eddie say? Let's see real quick what Eddie said. Eddie says Samuel takes 32-6. Say yes, they do. Kingsville versus Raymondville. Who do you have?
I'm going to go with Kingsville King on this one.
I'm going with Raymondville because I love the Valley and Kevin does not. Rockport Fulton versus Hidalgo.
Rockport Fulton versus Hidalgo. I'm going to go with Rockport Fulton in this one. Got to see them in 7-on-7. They have a lot of athletes. I'm going to go with the away team in this one.
I am going to go with Hidalgo because I love the Valley and Kevin hates the Valley. So, and then Saturday we have one game, Brownsville Rivera versus Brownsville Hannah. I have Tom Chavez and the Pirates. I'm just kidding, the Raiders, but Pirates, same thing. Beating Hannah.
Brownsville Rivera. I'm going to agree with you on that one for the Saturday nightcap.
Okay. Oh, one thing. Here's those are our picks. I wanted to make a little statement. I was at a really good volleyball game last night. Sherryland versus Mission Vet. Mission Vet was at Sherryland. The crowd from Mission Vet was really good. Really good crowd. Okay, we need you to turn that off. Thank you. All right, I was at a really good volleyball game yesterday. Mission Vets versus Sherryland, and the crowd from Mission Vets was incredible. I actually loved it. The music didn't come on right away for the national anthem. Mission Vets crowd started to sing the national anthem. I would love to see that in the Edinburgh district this weekend because they're all playing each other. I would love, instead of desecrating the national anthem by saying, when they say home of the Bobcats or home of the Cougars and all that other stuff, why don't you just sing the national anthem? It would work a whole lot easier for me if you wouldn't pull a Kaepernick and crap all over the national anthem. Now that's just me. You don't have to do that, but it's about time.
Mission Veterans does have a pretty get student section, don't they?
Yeah, they
Pretty
do.
loud. I was there 3 weeks ago when they played Pioneer.
And kudos to those kids because they started singing it and then
Yeah.
they put the music on and actually I would have preferred if they would have just kept singing the national anthem.
Yeah, I've been to a lot of basketball games, volleyball games. As far as indoor games goes, that's still the loudest game I've been to so far, playoff games and regular season games. So yeah, kudos to those Mission Veterans student section.
Yeah, and if somebody could start a website for fan dueling these games, just picking the winners by point spreads and stuff like that, that would be awesome. I can't do that because that would be illegal for me. But that's it for the picks for Week 5. We'll be back next week. Be sure to check out Greg and I's show called The Wrap Up on Sundays. We've got the video online here on Facebook. It'd be great for you guys to check that out. You get to see Greg and all his infinite wisdom, and myself on there too.
At 956sports on Twitter, at 956sports on Instagram, 956sports on Facebook. Check out the website 956sports.com for highlights, features, articles by your boy Henry Miller on the upbeat in volleyball. Lots of volleyball as well, a lot of competitiveness with the Mac Highs, Edinburgh Vela. So tomorrow I'll be at Mission and La Jolla. Friday, San Benito, Los Fresnos. Jake's will be at
I'll be at
Edinburgh
the Economies game.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Catch the highlights on 956 Sports.
Yeah, and you'll be able to listen to the Tanaka Bowl on 956 Sports on Friday, live from Westlaco, and we'll have live highlights coming off on our Twitter from that game. Anyways, for Kevin Otto, I'm Jake Berry. Thanks for watching the picks, and we'll be back next week.